Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're talking about manifestation, and today we're going to talk about manifesting an SP. So for those of you who don't know, SP stands for specific person or special person, I guess, but basically manifesting someone into your life, another human being. So this is a video I've been trying to put off because there's so much information about this out there already, but I'm going to tell you my version of how I manifested my SP, my partner, my husband. And I've been kind of dreading this one, so here we go. I made a list. First of all, let's just go ahead and go way, way back. I was in a really dark place in my life. I had a lot of really negative experiences happening. I had a lot of really toxic relationships with different people in my life. Not everyone in my life was toxic. Not all of my relationships. But there were some toxic behaviors going on between me and other people. I was a problem because of the things that I had been through, because I was emotionally immature, because of a lot of different circumstances in my life, and I was in a very negative spot in my life at that time when I decided that I needed to manifest that specific person into my life. It was one of the darkest moments that I can think of, about a week before I met my specific person, my husband. And I made a list, and I was 17 years old, and it was my Prince Charming list because, you know, I was a little princess, right? So, I made a list of all the qualities that I wanted in a person, in a partner. And I was extremely detailed. I think I even put it into different categories. Looks, behaviors, specific things that would stand out to me that would really say, hey, this is it. Don't, like, pay attention. I was extremely detailed about this. And the thing of it is, we had experiences where we actually had met before I had made this list. Now, one of those experiences was when I was, I want to say much younger, but I think it was like around 12, 13, somewhere around there, where I had actually met my husband in a really weird, he was like running through a park and tripped over me, like specifically remembers, like we came together later on and told each other these stories of this happening, and then realized that was him, that was me. We had actually had this, like, I can't think of the word, like synchronistic experience together. That was one time when we were both much younger, where we had met and not realized it, and it was this fated meeting. And I'm not going to get into all the details. But then later on, we had met again at a concert and didn't realize that it was the same person, right? Same thing happened. Like, we had told the story to each other of, I was at this concert and all these things happened, and throughout the night at the concert, I was at the same concert and all these things happened, and it ended up being that he and I had actually talked and not realized it at first. And then, oh yeah, like that was definitely you. Like, we'd had these fated meetings before. So part of me does believe that, you know, there is this destiny, this fate of people meeting this divine timing, and soulmates, twin flames, blah blah blah, like all that stuff, I believe is potentially real. But I did the list. I did manifest that person, my husband, into my life at that specific time when I needed him the most. And everything didn't play out the way I would have hoped that it would have. Obviously, we were very young. But the thing of it is that when you do manifest a specific person, however, whatever techniques you use, I'm sure you've probably heard 100 different techniques. My list technique really worked, yes. He had also been manifesting me. And it's one of those things where you do realize everything you desire desires you back. Everything you're manifesting, you're pinging each other. The energies are connecting somehow through time and space, right? Or even if it's things, like they say that what you desire desires you back. Everything you desire is meant for you, etc. So yeah. Really, I guess what I wanted to talk to you guys about wasn't so much the techniques, because like I said, you've probably already heard dozens of them. And if not, I will more than likely make more videos with techniques to help people if that's what you guys need. But what I really want to talk about is, and I touched on this a little bit in my last video, but maintaining your manifestation. Now, maintaining a relationship is hard. It's not easy. There's trials and tribulations. There is life changes that you go through. My mom calls it ages and stages. And wherever you're at, when you meet this person, whatever age and stage you're in, the longer you're with them, the more you are going to transform during these different phases of life, right? If you follow astrology at all, like 36 or so years old, something like that, 33, 36, there's important stages of life where you change dramatically. Or even every 7 years, your body changes, you shift, you go through changes. And a lot of the times when, especially if you're different ages, right? Especially if you're different ages and you're like, there's a gap, right? There's a lot of things that you have to do to maintain these relationships when you get them. And my husband and I are going to do podcasts, blogs, vlogs, whatever. We're going to do videos on this. On relationship advice for anyone who needs it or wants it. But really, I didn't realize how emotionally immature I was. I didn't realize how, we had a lot in common. We had the fated meetings. We had the twin flame. We had all of it. But there was a lot of things that we did not align with. And I learned later that there was a lot of things that I had learned and taken on at a young age, ideas, philosophies, belief systems, that even though he tolerated the behavior that came along with that, he didn't agree with it. And a lot of it was disrespectful. A lot of it was things I don't align with anymore, things that I've changed and transformed, things that I'm still working on. But part of manifesting a specific person that's important is realizing that when you get this person, of course you're going to have to maintain a relationship. You're going to have to prioritize it. You're going to have to be open to changing your mindset. Be open to growth. Because if you're not growing together in a relationship, then it's sort of just a stagnant thing that's probably going to fizzle out. There's a lot of lessons we had to learn, a lot of really hard lessons we had to learn. And like I said before, I was a problem. And still to this day, I'm trying to learn new things to help me be better in relationship. A lot of negative things happen. A lot of things that I wish I could take back. A lot of things that revision alone isn't going to change. There has to be maintenance. There has to be growth. There has to be changes made. There has to be action. Yeah, and so anyway, manifesting a specific person is great. Maintaining a relationship is difficult. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. There are specific years that people say are harder than others. And in my case, that was definitely true. There's a lot of things I wish I had known beforehand, but life is life. And, you know, you just gotta live it. You gotta live it and learn to love it. You can manifest all the things you want. You gotta maintain them. And you're gonna have to manifest changes in yourself, okay? In order to, you may be able to achieve manifesting the specific person, the relationship that you want. But in order to maintain it, and a lot of times in order to even manifest it in the first place, you really have to change your self-concept. You really have to change yourself. You have to align with the person you're trying to manifest, at least to the extent that you are connecting energetically. That we didn't really have a problem with in my experience. But maintaining that alignment, maintaining that connection, maintaining that relationship required me manifesting myself changing too. You can't just manifest the person and then manifest away their personality, right? Manifest the personality that you want to connect with and then be the person that would connect with that person. Be the person they want to connect to as well. They're out there, they exist, there's a person for everybody. But, you know, you got to manifest your self-concept to align with the relationship you desire, with the person you're trying to manifest. I feel like I'm getting repetitive again. But that's it. That's all I have for SP for now. And I'm sure my next video won't be as, goofy. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a great day. And, I hope you manifest everything you desire.